Hello everybody, I want to show my collection of all typewriters, calculators and mimeographs. Today in June 2024 there are 343 devices. For almost all of them I have found the model and date of production. For some of them there is already a video in this channel showing them in details. The other will come, hope, as soon as possible. I will start with some interesting pieces. This is a Payen Aritmometer P3A from 1897. The casing is in wood, the gears are in brass. It's still working, you can do all the basic operations. And with this calculator you can do also square roots, there is a video in the channel. This is a very beautiful Blickensderfer 7, a very beautiful typewriter from 1909. And the Blickensderfer featherweight. I always appreciated very much the design of this old typewriter. A Barlock from 1910, with two keyboards, one for majuscules and one for minuscule, and the particular disposition of the typing bars, very nice decorations. And another Barlock from 1939. This is an Hammond multiplex from 1913. The typing bars are in the turret, and it can have two fonts at the same time. It has a very particular paper feeding system. There is already the video in this channel. It's a very particular typewriter. And the Hammond multiplex portable. This is a Polygraph Edwin T-pointing from 1874. It was used to write multiple tickets. There is an ingenious mechanism. A New Franklin from 1896. An Aiguë Mignon from 1925 with an interesting system of writing. You point the letter you want to type, then you type it. Very simple to use. Also an Aiguë 3 from 1921 and a Aiguë 6 from 1930. Do you like duplicators and mimeographs? I like it. I have some interesting pieces like this. It's a duplicator patented by James Watt in 1780 with some original accessories, the special paper to use it. There was a crank in brass, and turning it you move the carriage and generated the copy using some chemicals. Also this from 1874, it's the Zuccato's papyrograph. It's considered the first duplicator using stencils. There are many accessories and it's very complicated to use. To do a copy there are 94 steps involving special paper, stencils, chemical preparation, etc. The process is very prone to accident because it involves the use of caustic soda to prepare the paper. The caustic soda corrode the paper, generating the stencil for the copy. But there is the original manual and many original accessories. I will try to do a copy one day. Back to the typewriters. This one is interesting. It's a foldable typewriter from 1914, the Erika, and another model, the Seidel and Naumann Model C from 1920, a Mercedes 6 Express from 1930. Mercedes made also calculators like this in 1938, but there is no relationship with the car producer. A Monica Model 3, 1927, and the Oliver 9 from 1920. The movement of the typing bar is interesting. a group of Adler 7 from 1910 to 1925. This is an Empire Model 2 from Canada. It's the same mechanics of the Adler 7. And another Adler 1958. A Heroine Model A 1920. A Map Model 3. A French typewriter from 1922. Herald 7 from 1908. And Frolio 7 from 1924, a very simple typewriter using a pointing system to write. This is the Gundka 5, the same machine, but with a Hebrew keyboard, so it writes on the contrary, from right to left. The design lasted till 1950. This Optima model Bambino used the same mechanics, but it was mostly a toy typewriter. Another Optima, the Model 10. Do you like also calculators? I want to show some. This is an Addix from 1920. Very simple. Ed Index from 1920. Brunswick 20 from 1947. And Brunswick 13K from 1955. The Pitagir, a calculator made of paper used by Italian students in 1940s. There are formulas, multiplication tables, specific weights, etc. There is a video in this channel. Madas 20A from 1935 and Madas 12 from 1960s. A Marchant Figure Master 10 from 1948. And an electric calculator Marchant AS8 from 1928, still in good working conditions. Could be strange to see an electric calculator in 1928, but they already existed. Antares calculator, the P32A 1950, and the Antares 2000 electromechanical 1971. The NISA Model K from 1960s. I remember my mother using it. Duconta calculator from Ducati motorbikes 1940. Some Moro calculators. Moro K from around 1928. Moromatic 6N from 1958. And Moro 620, an electronic calculator from 1972. Back to the typewriters, I want to show this one. It's a very particular typewriter to write on books from 1930, an Underwood Elliott Fisher. It's an interesting machine, you can see the video on this channel. It's the typewriter who moves, not the carriage. It has a very interesting mechanism for majuscules and minuscules. A Smith Premier from 1910, from Rheinmetall, the KST from 1947, the Rheinmetall GS 1957, and the Rheinmetall calculator, the AAS, from around 1950. Some typewriters from Royal. This is a Royal 10. It's the typewriter used in the movie Misery by Stephen King. A Royal Arrow from 1940. Royal HHE. Royal 480, 1970. Two ABC typewriters. The one on the right is a testing machine. It's not a relic. Also, these are testing machines to train people to understand the internal mechanisms. There is a Gossen Tippa, a Torpedo 20 and a Princess. A portable typewriter, the Engadin 42. Halda 7 Star, a Swedish typewriter. IBM typewriters from 1950s. IBM Executive Model A, IBM Executive Model B, IBM Standard Model B, IBM Selectric 2, Urania 7 from 1931, Now the Remington typewriters from the older to the most recent. The Remington 7 from 1908. In this typewriter you could not see what you wrote because the typing bars hit the bottom part of the roller and you had to raise the carriage. These are the Remington 10 from 1913, model 11 from 1925, model 12 from 1927. This is a Remington Junior from 1919 and two Remington Portable Model 2 from 1924. This typewriter has an interesting system for raising the typing bars. It's interesting, you see. A Remington Standard Noiseless from 1930. A Remington 16 from 1934. Remington Junior from 1938. The Superwriter different years 1950, 1951, 1954, 1961. Remington Travel Writer Deluxe 1958. Remington Noiseless 1960. Remington Writer 1960 and Remington International 1962. A Silverid 200 and a Silverid Electric 2000. A Cappell VA from 1938. These are the other mimeograph and copiers. I like very much these devices. This is a copy letter. It's a press and it was used to do copies. It's still possible to do it. There is a video in this channel. The Gestetner Neo Cyclostyle from 1890. A lithograph by Maurice Eikiem, 1895. A Gestetner automatic cyclostyle with its box and the blocking mechanism. The roller must be changed, but soon I will understand how it works and I will do a video with it. There is a beautiful mechanism moving on wood rails. The Kramer and Company Triumph Duplicator from 1900. The Red Seal Duplicator from 1900. This is the Polygraph, a French duplicator using an opal plate and a press. Very beautiful decorations. It's from 1910. This is a Ronio 5, a mimeograph with its cover. Very nice machine from 1910. The Smith Premier SP Duplicator from 1910 and the Edison Mimeograph Model 4 1910. This is the King's Copier, a very simple copier from 1920. You can do many copies very fast. It is complete with all the accessories and also with its original waxed paper. I managed to do some copies. There is also the original instruction and the plate to prepare the stencil. A Gestetner Realm from around 1922. A real big cyclostyle. It had also a matrix on it. It was in use till 1970. A Sada Duplicator from 1930. A press for business cards from 1950s. A Duplico 960, an alcohol duplicator from 1960. Also this is working, I did some copies. Then in the 1980 came the first printers with pins. Here inside. The modern copiers in 1990, this Olivetti Copia 7025 and the Telefax. A Brother 1920 and the SIP CX100 and in the end the laser printers. Back to the calculators, Felt and Tarrant made these big comptometers from 1927 to 1950s. It's strange, but these devices are faster than modern calculators in doing the additions. There were also many clones. This Adicalcol from Acca, Milano in Italy, for example. It's from 1950s and 1960s. This is a Tails M from 1925. With this calculator you can do also the square roots. There is the video in the channel. Another Tails, the Model K Friden calculators, STW from 1954, STW10 1968. Electronic calculator Facit 1145, Facit 1128 from a Swedish producer around 1970. Aldobona calculators, the Model Alpha from 1948 and the Model Classic. It was an Italian producer. The Alpha Visiva Junior Balilla should be around 1933. A Victor Multomatic 74 around 1950. Two AIME electronic calculators, this AIME 41 and the AIME 141 from 1970s. Here are some Totalia calculators from Lagomarsino, Italian producer. Totalia 1201 from 1937, Lagomarsino Totalia Multifix 8641 from 1959, Totalia LD 122 from 1976, an Italian calculator, Totalia LS 121 from 1979. Now some Olivetti typewriters. The Olivetti M1, the first Olivetti produced from 1914. A group of M20 from 1925 to 1928, and another group of M40 from 1935 to 1940. Also this Olivetti M40 Scuola, a version for schools of 1930. Some Olivetti MP1, the first Olivetti portable, from 1933 to 1947. Olivetti Studio 42 from 1941 and 1949. Olivetti M44 1947 with nice rounded shapes. Olivetti Studio 44 1947. Olivetti M80 1948 and Olivetti Lettera 22, different colors. It was the first iconic Olivetti portable typewriter from 1950s. Also now it's very nice to use it. Some Olivetti Lexicon 80 and the Olivetti Lexicon 80E, the electric version, from 1954 to 1959. Olivetti Raphael 1961, Olivetti 84 1962, Olivetti Diaspron 82 1963, 64 and 67. We arrived in 1970. Here there is the Lettera 32, another successful portable typewriter from Olivetti, and the Valentine with its unique shapes. And other portables, the Olivetti College from 1975, Olivetti Lettera 35 from 1977, Olivetti Lettera 10 from 1980. In the 1970s, the electronic typewriters are more and more diffused. Here there are some office typewriters, the Editor 3C, Editor 4, Praxis 48 from 1974, Olivetti Lexicon 82 from 1975, Olivetti 94C, the Olivetti Linea 98, a big office typewriter, a group of Olivetti Lettera 36 electric typewriters, and a Olivetti 36C, the sign typewriter, but with a corrector. In the end, the fully electronic typewriters, the ATP 510 in the 1990s, Olivetti AT2300. Olivetti made also some PC in 1980s, the M20 in 1982, M24 in 1985, M10 in 1986, one of the first laptops. Another Italian producer was the Invicta. This is the Invicta 5 from 1929, the Invicta Portable, a version from 1934, and a version from 1940, beige, and the Everest, another Italian producer of typewriters. The Everest 90, a model from 1938 and from 1947. The model ST, many different models from 1948 to 1952. The Model 92, many different models from 1955 to 1961. The Everest K2C from 1958, the names of two big mountains in the same typewriters. Everest built also calculator, this Z5 from 1952, and the Everest Alpha Plurima from around 1960. Here there are some Underwood typewriters from the older to the more recent. These are some Underwood 5 from 1912 to 1913. It's one of the best sold typewriters ever. Underwood 4 Bank 1925, Underwood 6 1933, Underwood S 1942, Underwood SS 1953, Underwood 22 from around 1955, Underwood 5 1962, Underwood 319, it's already an Olivetti model of 1980, and Underwood 650. Underwood made also some calculator based on Olivetti models. This Underwood 330 with thermal paper of 1976, and this Underwood 149 from 1984. The story of Olivetti in the calculators starts quite late, in the 1940s. These are some Multisumma MC4M from around 1941. From the same years, this is the Simplisumma MC3 and the Summa 4. In the 1947 there is this Olivetti Divisumma 14, different models. In these years Olivetti produced also the MC14M and the MC14S, the Summa 15 from 1949, the Multisumma 22 in 1958, Summa Prima 20 from 1970, Summa Quanta 20 around 1971, Summa Quanta 20R, Multisumma 20 different models from 1964. This is the Olivetti 27-1, a very complicated mechanical calculator from 1965. It was in production for a very short time. Then started the era of the much more simple and cheaper electronic calculators. The Logos 245 from 1971. This is a very nice calculator, the Divisumma 18 from 1973. It's also in permanent exposition at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. A series of Logos 58 from 1973. Olivetti Logos 45 PD from 1977. Logos ATB 1978. And the Logos 482, 484 from 1983 with a rubber drum. In those years there were one of these calculators in every office. Olivetti Logos 49, another very popular Olivetti calculator from 1984. In the 1990s start to appear the solar calculators like this Olivetti 800 Solar. Then in recent years, around 2000s, there is this Olivetti 694T with thermal paper. Olivetti Logos 812, Olivetti Logos 912, Olivetti Logos 914T. Some Olympia typewriters and calculators, Olympia Model 8 from 1942, Olympia SG1, Olympia SM7 Deluxe 1962, Olympia Monica 1972, and the calculator, the Olympia RAA 415-2 from 1967. A torpedo Adler machine in bakelite from 1930. A Saba Milano Mass Classic 1954. A calculator Philips 252 with an interesting printing system. Triumph Matura 1959 and Triumph Matura 50. A modern Triumph Adler SA1010. Some modern calculator 1218 PD, Triumph 1100 PD, Triumph 121 Jet PD. See ITO 150S from 1978. Citizen 124 DP2, Linea 12 PD, RCH 512D. A cash register, a NCR, I like it. A Brother 88 from 1966, a made in Japan typewriter. A Japi SE75, Lilliput, a toy typewriter. Meano E115, another toy typewriter with the function to write with a secret code. 2 Scheidegger machine to train students to type. A modern machine, the Panasonic R190, and this one. I don't know what is this. Does anyone know? Some calculators and pocket calculators. I like very much this. There is this Casio M1 from 1976. I use it at school. And also the other two. They are pocket calculators with games. I played a lot of these. I started collecting also old notebooks and book readers. Maybe in 40 years, if I'm still alive, it will be an interesting collection. I have also a lot of documents, manuals, advertisements on typewriters to sort. A quite long work. Hope someday to give the possibility to download somewhere. So that's all. I showed almost all my typewriters. Hope you enjoyed it and I hope you have seen something interesting. If you have questions, please ask. In next videos I will go in detail with all these devices as soon as possible. Have a nice day.